It's a real treat for me today because I'm cooking on the Murray River in South Australia. Isn't it just spectacular? And I want to do something a little bit special. I'm going to be cooking seared barramundi. I adore barramundi because it's distinctively Australian. And today I'm going to be searing it off and I'm trying to get some crispy skin on it. So I've just scored it just slightly. I've got a pan on that's really, really hot. And I'm also going to season the skin with some salt. Now I'll just let that sit there for a sec because we need to get onto our sauce. Now curry paste, you usually think of curries and rich curries with duck in it, but I'm going to be using it for a beautiful light aromatic sauce. So a tablespoon of curry paste into a pot. Let's put a little bit more in. And with a wooden spoon, give it a mix. I've got this on a really high heat. I'm just cooking it off just so we can start to smell all those beautiful characteristics of it. And now I'll add 3/4 cup of coconut cream in there and we'll just let that bubble away. And that's pretty much how simple our sauce is. We need that to thicken up. I'm adding just a few more flavours to this, a touch of fish sauce. We want about half a tablespoon straight into the pot. And for some saltiness, a little bit of soy sauce. And in it goes. And we'll taste it just at the end when it starts to thicken up. It may need a little bit more soy sauce. So stir that. Also, lime juice. So just give that a bit of a press. And we'll open that and squeeze that straight in there. And last but not least, ginger. Ginger is just spectacular in a sauce like this. And we just want about 1 knob of ginger in this. Perfect. One more stir and we'll just let that very gently bubble away. This pan is nice and hot so we can start searing our fish. Now just a little bit of coconut oil here. I'm using coconut oil, I just like to change it up a bit and I like the flavour of it too. Swirl it around and then in with our fish. And just press down on it. You'll see the fish starts to tense up a little bit and you don't want it to curl. So if you just hold it down just for a few seconds and then let it do its thing. Now just make sure we get some of that oil underneath the skin there so it goes lovely and crispy. Now with fish, the general rule is to cook it majority of the time on the skin side. The wonderful thing about cooking fish is you can just see when it's time to turn it over. As soon as you see the opaque flesh turn white, about halfway up, you know it's time to turn over, and then all it needs is 1 more minute. Oh, this barramundi is spectacular. Crispy skin, perfectly cooked on the centre. That's how I love my fish. I'm going to take it out and just rest it on my board just until I finish this. Now this is still hot, so now I add my spinach. And spinach takes just moments to cook. We'll just toss it a few times. We'll get it to wilt. I never boil spinach anymore. I think it takes so much of the flavour out. A hot, hot pan like this will keep the beautiful flavour in it. All you need is a touch of salt, a little bit of pepper. Heat goes off. I'm going to put my sauce on the plate first. And because it's just so yummy and thick and lush, I'm going to put a lot of it. And now we'll add our spinach. And you could add some rice with this, but you know what? If you have a big amount of freshly cooked spinach like this, I think this will keep you full. You don't need anything else. And then a little barramundi fillet goes on top. I have some spring onions here. I'm just going to slice them on an angle. Just use the little small ones here. Put a big handful of that on top there. And last but not least, a bit of fresh lime on the side. Cut that in half. These are so cute, so small. A little bit of lime. Turn that barramundi on the Murray River. Doesn't get much better than that.